going on, YouTube? We're all at a crossroads in our lives, with goals, things we want to do. I don't care if it's fitness, health, dietary, financial. I made a decision tonight. I'm going to share a personal story with you, and for a few seconds I reverted back to my old self. It's been an expensive week for me, I say. But really has it. Today is Friday evening, late evening, the 20th. Actually, it just turned the 21st. Excuse me. It is Friday the 21st. It just became the 21st. It was Thursday evening, just after midnight. I say expensive because this week I put about $400 into silver. I ordered 14 ounces. It should be here on Monday. I put $200 into some bonds that are at fixed 5.5%, which isn't wonderful, but it's a diversification tool. I put a couple $100 in the stock market. Now we're looking at about what, $800. And tonight, this has been eating at me, and this serves more than one purpose. I ordered a second safe to store my my metals and my Second Amendment tools. It's getting really tight in the one that I have. Now, it is fire rated and tool rated. It's not quite as good as the safe I have now. So what I'm going to do, and it's smaller, I'm going to put my Second Amendment tools that aren't as nice as my nicer ones in there. And I'm going to put my bullion that I don't care as much about in there. Between that and the home security system, I'm not worried. Not at all. Why am I doing that? Number one, I'm doing that because it's getting so tight in the safe that I have now. There are times that I have to kind of cram the door shut. That's not good. I don't want to damage anything. I don't want to put stress on the safe. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that disorganization. So this is going to free up some space. I'm really excited about that. But this is the crossroad I had to get to. Just like when I started stacking. You see this here. What are we looking at? $1,000 maybe? Here. For good measure. Here's another 10-ounce bar. $1,000 or better. Right? It's better. Now, I didn't waste money on this. I didn't waste cash on this. I didn't take cash and just blow it. Like, this is money. I can turn it back into money at any time that I choose. I mean, this is money, but I can turn it back into cash whenever I want. And when I first started stacking, I had to look at it that way. Well, tonight, when I made that decision to buy that second safe, for a few seconds I was like, oh man, I just wasted money. And then I stopped myself and I said, no, you didn't waste money. You are taking another step to protect your assets so that they don't become liabilities. Let me say that again. I told myself you are taking a step to protect your assets so they don't become liabilities. Meaning getting stolen, getting damaged, falling into the wrong hands, getting lost. And it's important to look at things that way for me. It's so easy to now I could have taken the $800 or whatever it was that I spent on the investments this week. And yes, I do consider this an investment. Not your typical investment, but this is an investment in savings, an investment in my future. Do with that what you will. That's how I look at it. It's a hedge, it's insurance, savings, it's an investment. Now I can look at the $1,000 or so, $800, whatever it was that I spent on investments as money I'll never see again. But I don't think that's the case. I know that's not the case. It's money I'll see at any time that I choose to down the road in the future. And when I pulled that trigger, so to speak, on that safe purchase that I ordered, it really spun my head a little bit. And then because I like to have a certain amount of cash in the bank, and I looked, and I'm good, I'm fine. But that's my mindset, see, and it changes over time. When I first started doing this years and years ago, I was asked earlier tonight, when did I start to stack? And it was 2008 or 2009. Probably closer to 2009. I can't fully remember. When I started doing this, I couldn't save a dime. I was at a huge crossroad in my life. I was 28 years old, 29 years old, and I didn't have a penny. I mean, literally. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills the next month, have a roof over my head. It was bad, y'all. It was bad. And I got to a crossroad at that point in my life. And now I'm at another crossroad with everything going on in the world. Everything going on in the world. What do I want to do? Do I want to go all in? Or do I kind of want to just dip my toe and hope everything's going to be okay and, hope it's all going to work out? Well, that's a waste of my time. I can't hope. I don't have a great deal. I have more now than I've ever had, and every week that becomes more true. And what's funny about that is, as the goals change, as the desires change, as the hunger changes, my perception changes. Even though I have more, I feel as though I have less and less and less. That's that crossroads, right? Do I go this way or do I go that way? I suppose you could stay in the middle, but if you stay in the middle of that crossroad, you're not getting anywhere. If nothing changes, nothing changes. It's time, at least in my life, with the way things are going. I mean, things aren't looking good, folks. I don't think the dollar's headed in a good place. I don't think this central bank digital currency is headed in a good place. There is some pushback on different state levels, which is great. We'll see how far that goes. Some people need to push back as well. It's scary. And I don't want to be a have-not. So if you're on the fence about making a major change in your life, something that you know is going to be better. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not any of that. I don't have a crystal ball. But if you're on the fence about that and there's something you really want to do. Hell, starting a YouTube channel, right? That's something I wanted to do. And I did it October 1st of last year. That's when I started this channel, October 1st. People laughed at me. I doubted myself. And then I had a good friend of mine. He looked at me and said, "You know what, dude?" He said, "If there's something you want to do," he goes, "I don't care what it is." He goes, "You want to make this YouTube channel work?" He goes, "Make it work. Figure it out. Do it." And I'll be damned if he wasn't right. It's working. Sure, I want it to work better. I want it to become more, but I got to put more of me into it. Just like this, right? Just like stacking cash or whatever it is you want to do. I got to put more of me into it to get more out of it. And that's the truth. There's always going to be hard days, rough days, days of doubt, days of, hopelessness. And those days are going to happen, and they suck. But man, with the way things are going, with the way this world's headed, I'm at a crossroad. And if you look at the thumbnail on this video, you have problem and you have solution. That's me. I'm taking the high road. I'm taking the solution. I'm going to do everything I can to save myself from myself. No one is coming to save me but me. The government creates these problems with inflation and they, it's just like everything. The health crisis, they created that problem. Oh, here's the solution. The money, the inflation. Oh, here's the solution. Take this digital currency, borrow more money. They always create the problem and offer the solution. And that's not a solution I want to take. I'm taking my own solution. I'm doing what I got to do. And I'm going to encourage all of you to make positive choices and do what you got to do. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but whatever you can do today, I don't care if it's saving a quarter. I don't care if it's saving a silver quarter. Whatever it is, do it. Make positive changes. Like this video. Comment on this video. Please make some good decisions this week. Like, comment, subscribe. Interact with me. Tell me where your head is. Tell me what you're doing to better your situation. And by all means, whatever you do, don't forget, keep stacking.